Today, we're talking about the 2018 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. That's right, Ellis Island, the iconic gateway for millions of immigrants, could also be your gateway to early retirement. If you're into coins, money, or just like the idea of stumbling into a fortune, stick around, because you don't want to miss this quick story. Last week, I was sorting through a jar of change that's been sitting on my desk for way too long. I wasn't expecting much, maybe a couple of dimes for parking meters. Then I thought, what if there's something valuable here? So, naturally, I grabbed a magnifying glass like I was on CSI Coin Edition. Spoiler alert, I didn't find the $8 million quarter, but hey, someone did, and that someone's life just got flipped upside down. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special, how you can identify one, and why the heck it's worth enough to buy a yacht. Or three. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2018 P. Ellis Island quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series. It features a stunning design of Ellis Island, with an immigrant family looking towards the future. Honestly, the artwork alone is enough to make you appreciate it, but we're here for the money, right? So, why is this coin worth $8 million? Great question. Here's the deal. A super rare error occurred during its minting process. Somewhere in the chaos of machines stamping metal at the Philadelphia Mint, a few of these coins were struck with a unique and unintentional double-die error. This error caused parts of the design, particularly the family and the text, to appear slightly doubled, almost like a 3D effect. Coin nerds call this a doubling error, but let's be real, it's basically a jackpot mistake. Now, before you start flipping over every quarter you've got, let me warn you, this is rare. Like finding Bigfoot in your backyard rare. Only a handful of these coins have ever been found, and they've made waves in the numismatic world. That's a fancy word for coin collecting. The latest one sold for, you guessed it, $8 million at auction. I mean, imagine showing up to an auction thinking you might bid on a painting or an antique chair, and then someone casually says, $8 million for a quarter. Wild, right? So, how can you tell if you've got one of these magical coins? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. It must be a 2018 P, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. No D or S mint marks here. Look closely at the design, particularly the family and the text. Use a magnifying glass if you have to. If you see any signs of doubling, don't freak out. But definitely don't spend it at the vending machine if you think you've got a match. Take it to a professional grader or a trusted coin dealer for confirmation. Oh, and let's not forget the thrill of the hunt. Coin collecting isn't just about the big scores. It's about those little moments of discovery, like the time I thought I found a rare 1972 double-die penny, only to realize my glasses were smudged. We've all been there. So there you have it, the 2018 P. Ellis Island quarter, a tiny piece of metal that could change your life. Whether you're already a coin enthusiast or just someone who likes the idea of turning pocket change into a fortune, this is your reminder to check your change. Seriously, your wallet, your car's cup holder, that weird junk drawer in your kitchen. They could all be hiding treasure. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or if you're now frantically checking your quarters, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I post videos every week about coins worth crazy money, strategies to find them, and stories from the wild world of collecting. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment about your coolest coin find. I'd love to hear about it. And hey, who knows? Maybe next time it'll be your coin selling for $8 million. Today, we're talking about the 2016 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter. I'll break down what makes this coin so special, why someone would shell out millions for it, and how you can hunt one down yourself. Oh, and don't forget, I've got a wild story about a coin discovery that might just inspire you to check your change jar. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the 2016 P. Ellis Island quarter. If you don't know, it's part of the America the Beautiful series, a set of coins celebrating iconic landmarks across the U.S. This one features Ellis Island, the gateway to America for millions of immigrants. Pretty cool, right? But here's the kicker. It's not just the design that's special. There's a rare version of this coin that collectors are absolutely drooling over. So, what makes it worth $6 million? Well, this insane value comes from a one-of-a-kind error. Yep, a minting mistake. Picture this. The coin was struck with a combination of mismatched dies. Basically, the tools used to press the design onto the coin. This mistake created a unique variety that's unlike any other quarter out there. It's a true one of one, and collectors go absolutely bananas for this kind of rarity. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could I find one of these coins? Technically, yes. It's like winning the lottery, but hey, someone's gotta win, right? Start by checking your loose change, coin rolls from the bank, or even vending machines. Who knows? That coffee you bought yesterday could have just given you a $6 million jackpot. And speaking of jackpots, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the coin collecting lottery. So, I'm at my grandma's house, helping her sort through this giant jar of coins. I'm halfway through when I spot this old, shiny quarter that looked totally different. My heart was racing. I thought it might be one of those super rare coins. Turns out, it was just a Canadian quarter. I mean, not even worth 25 cents here. We had a good laugh though, and hey, I didn't leave empty-handed. She let me keep a few cool-looking ones for my collection. Anyway, back to the 2016 Ellis Island quarter. If you're wondering about how to confirm if your coin is the one, you'll need to get it authenticated. A professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can verify whether you've hit the jackpot or just found another cool coin.so. There you have it, the story of how a simple 25-cent coin became a $6 million treasure. Who knew quarters could be this exciting, right? Now it's your turn to start searching. Check your pockets, your car seats, your piggy banks. Heck, even your laundry machine might be hiding a fortune. And if you love learning about coins worth money, strategies for hunting them down, and the wild world of coin collecting, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on my next video. I'll be sharing even more tips and stories that could help you cash in on hidden treasures. Have you ever been casually digging through your pocket change, thinking, it's just a quarter, probably going toward a vending machine snack? Well, not so fast. That humble little coin in your pocket could actually be worth a fortune. Yes, we're talking millions. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2015 Ellis Island, Washington quarter. Believe it or not, one of these coins recently made headlines for being valued at, are you sitting down for this? $5 million. Yep, 5 million. That's more zeros than I've got in my bank account, that's for sure. So, how does a 25-cent piece turn into a life-changing payday? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about the basics. The 2015 Ellis Island quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, a special collection celebrating historic sites across the U.S. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, that's cool, but what makes this one so special? Here's the kicker. It's all about rarity and condition. Most of these coins are common, but there's a rare variation. One so pristine and flawless that collectors lose their minds over it. Imagine this. You're sorting through your loose change, and you spot an Ellis Island quarter. You think it looks shiny, but hey, quarters are shiny, right? Wrong. The $5 million coin isn't just shiny. It's in mint condition, meaning no scratches, no dings, and no signs of it ever being tossed into a coin jar. Oh, and there's a twist, it's graded as an MS-70 by professionals. That's the coin equivalent of getting a perfect score on an impossible test. If you find one of these, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. Now, here's where things get interesting. Let me tell you about the time I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. A few years ago, I found a quarter in my car's cup holder that looked oddly crisp. I was about to use it to pay for a gas station coffee when my inner coin nerd kicked in. I decided to hold on to it, and guess what? It wasn't worth millions, but it turned out to be a rare error coin worth $200. Moral of the story: never underestimate your spare change. Back to the Ellis Island quarter. You're probably wondering why anyone would pay $5 million for a quarter. Well, collectors are a passionate bunch. They're willing to pay top dollar for coins that are rare, have historical significance, or are in perfect condition. And this one checks all the boxes. Plus, it has that wow factor. It's like owning a piece of history, but also a piece of treasure. So the next time you're sifting through your change or cleaning out your car, take a second to really look at those coins. You never know. There could be a hidden gem in there worth more than you ever imagined. And hey, if you find a 2015 Ellis Island quarter that looks like it just rolled out of the mint, you might want to get it checked out. It could be the ticket to your dream house, a world tour, or maybe just a really fancy coin display case. If you love learning about coins that are worth more than meets the eye, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin hunters. I share tips, stories, and strategies to help you discover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Who knows, your next quarter could be the key to financial freedom. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2010 Ellis Island, Washington quarter. Yes, the humble quarter you probably used to buy gum could actually buy you, well, a mansion or an island. Stick around because we're talking about why this coin is so special, how to tell if you have one, and what you can do with that sweet payday if you strike it rich. Let's get into it. Okay, so what's the deal with this $1 million quarter? First off, the 2010 Ellis Island, Washington quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. You know, those quarters with the cool designs of national parks and landmarks. But not all of them are created equal. This one, it's like the Beyoncé of quarters, rare, flawless, and worth every penny of its insane price tag. Now, before you go frantically flipping through your change, let's talk about what makes it so valuable. This isn't your average Ellis Island quarter. We're talking about a rare mint error where something went wrong during the coin-making process. Maybe it's a double die, a missing detail, or some kind of funky misalignment. Whatever it is, collectors lose their minds over these mistakes. One of these bad boys recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. Yes, someone actually paid that much for a quarter. Imagine telling your landlord you're paying your rent in quarters.so. How do you know if you've got the quarter? First, check for the P mint mark on the front. It stands for Philadelphia. Then, take a close look at the details on the coin. If you notice anything weird, like letters that look doubled or a design that seems off, congratulations, you might have a winner. Oh, and don't trust your eyes alone. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe. Trust me, squinting at a quarter under your kitchen light doesn't do the trick. Been there, done that. Quick story time. A couple years ago, I found a shiny Ellis Island quarter while grabbing change for a vending machine. I thought, hey, that's a cool design, and almost spent it on a Snickers. But then I thought, wait, what if this is one of those rare coins everyone's talking about? Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it was worth $50, which is still way better than a candy bar, right? Moral of the story, check your change before you spend it. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Now, let's talk about why this coin's value is skyrocketing. Coins with mint errors are like rare Pokemon. They're super hard to find, and collectors will pay big bucks to add them to their collections. On top of that, the 2010 Ellis Island quarter is from a popular series, which makes it even more desirable. Supply and demand, folks. Economics 101.so. What can you do if you think you've found one? First, don't freak out. I mean, freak out a little. Who wouldn't? But then, get it verified by a professional coin grading service. They'll certify the coin and give it an official grade, which is basically the key to unlocking its full value. After that, you can list it for sale at auction houses, online marketplaces, or through coin dealers. Just make sure you don't get scammed. If someone offers you $20 for it, run the other way. So there you have it, the 2010 Ellis Island, Washington quarter that could make you a millionaire. Who knew something so small could be worth so much, right? Now it's your turn to dig through your pocket change, raid your couch cushions, or go through that jar of coins you've been ignoring. Your future mansion might be hiding in there. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share tips on coins worth money, strategies for finding them, and maybe even a few more stories about how I almost spent rare coins on snacks. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. What do you think? Would you like any tweaks? We're talking about the 2003 Ellis Island, Washington quarter dollar. A coin that's making waves in the numismatic world with a jaw-dropping current market value of $3 million. That's right, this humble little quarter is now worth enough to buy a mansion, a yacht, and probably an island of its own. Stick around because we're diving deep into what makes this coin so special and how you might just have a fortune hiding in your couch cushions. So, let's break this down. The 2003 Ellis Island, Washington quarter was part of the State Quarter series, which millions of people collected like Pokemon cards back in the day. Remember those coin folders everyone had, trying to find the one elusive quarter that completed the set? Yeah, those were simpler times. Anyway, this quarter wasn't just any quarter. It represented Ellis Island, the iconic gateway to America, and featured a stunning design of the Statue of Liberty. But here's the kicker. It's not just the design that makes this coin valuable. What's driving its insane $3 million value? Drumroll, please. It's a rare minting error. That's right. This isn't just any quarter you'd find rolling around under your car seat. The 2003 P. Ellis Island quarter with the $3 million price tag has a specific flaw that collectors drool over: a double die error on the reverse side. If you squint, or better yet, use a magnifying glass, you'll notice that the text and some elements of the Statue of Liberty appear to be slightly doubled. It's like the coin tried to say, "Hey, I'm special," but stuttered. Now, here's a quick story. A few months ago, I was sorting through a box of old coins my grandfather gave me. I wasn't expecting anything fancy, just some dusty pennies and maybe a wheat cent or two. But as I picked up a shiny quarter, I remembered reading about the Ellis Island error. I grabbed a magnifying glass, hands shaking like I just won the lottery, only to realize it was a regular quarter.
No error, no millions.
Just 25 cents. But hey, the thrill of the hunt was real, and that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Speaking of excitement, can you imagine the person who first discovered this error? They probably thought, cool, a funny-looking quarter, before realizing it was worth more than their house. That's why it pays, literally, to check your change. And let's not forget the importance of condition. If your 2003 P. Ellis Island quarter has been through the ringer, scratched, dinged, or chewed on by the dog, it's not going to hit that $3 million mark. The big money is in coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and they need to be in pristine, mint condition. So, if you have one of these coins and it's still sparkling like it just came out of the US Mint, congratulations, you might be sitting on a goldmine. So what's the takeaway here? Always check your change. That pocket full of coins might just have a hidden gem in it. The 2003 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar isn't just a piece of metal. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value. And hey, even if you don't find a $3 million coin, you'll still have a great story to tell about the time you turned into a treasure hunter in your own home. Before you go digging through your change jar, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. We've got tons of tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money. And who knows, your next great find might just come from watching one of our videos. Smash that like button, leave a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin, and share this video with your friends. Let's uncover some treasures together. Today we're diving into what makes this coin so valuable, how you can spot one, and most importantly, how you can turn pocket change into big bucks. First off, let's talk about the coin itself. The 2000 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter is part of the state quarter series that ran from 1999 to 2008. If you were around during that time, you probably remember people hoarding these quarters like they were gold bars. This particular quarter was made to honor New Jersey and Ellis Island, one of the most iconic symbols of immigration and hope in the US. Cool, right? But here's the kicker. It's not every 2000 P. Ellis Island quarter that's worth $1 million. Nope, it's just the ones with a very special, very rare error. Now, what kind of error are we talking about? This specific coin has a double die error, meaning the design was accidentally struck twice during production. The result? A subtle but noticeable doubling effect on the lettering, especially around Ellis Island and E pluribus unum. It's like the coin had a little too much caffeine and started shaking mid-minting. This error makes the coin super rare, and collectors will pay top dollar, well, top million, for one in pristine condition. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic when we stumbled across an old piggy bank. I was casually sorting through the coins when I spotted a 2000 P quarter. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the coin? I grabbed a magnifying glass. Thank you, Amazon, for the $7 investment, and started inspecting the letters. No double die. I was crushed. But hey, my grandma gave me the quarter anyway, and I still think of it as my almost $1 million coin. Moral of the story: always check your coins, People. Let's talk about the current market value. Why is this coin worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Only a handful of these error coins have been discovered, and collectors are practically fighting over them. In top condition, verified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, one of these quarters recently sold at auction for, wait for it, $1 million. Imagine turning a 25-cent piece into a cool million. That's the kind of math I can get behind. So how do you know if you've got one? First, dig out any 2000p Ellis Island quarters you can find. Then, grab a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera zoom. Check the letters on the front and back for any doubling. If you see it, congratulations. You've just hit the jackpot. But before you go running off to buy a yacht, make sure to get your coin authenticated and graded. Trust me, you don't want to be the person who sells a rare coin to your cousin Joe for $5, only to find out later it's worth $1 million. Now, here's the deal. Coins like the 2000p Ellis Island quarter remind us that treasure can literally be hiding in plain sight. So, take a good, long look at your spare change. Who knows? That old quarter at the bottom of your junk drawer might just change your life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more tips on finding coins worth real money. I've got plenty of strategies, stories, and humor to keep you entertained. And who knows, maybe I'll help you find your own $1 million coin. Today, we're talking about the 1995 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that went from flipping vending machines to flipping fortunes. So, grab your pocket change, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this humble little coin could make you richer than your neighbor's crypto portfolio. Let's dive into the juicy details. The 1995 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter might look like any other quarter at first glance. You've got George Washington doing his best impression of a serious historical figure on the front, and on the back, Ellis Island with Lady Liberty doing her thing. Seems normal, right? But here's the twist. This coin isn't just rare. It's legendary. In 1995, the Denver Mint accidentally created a tiny batch of quarters with a double die error. For my non-coin nerds out there, that's when the design gets struck twice, like the coin equivalent of a stutter. This mistake gives the lettering a doubled appearance, and collectors go absolutely wild for this kind of thing. Why? Because rarity equals value, and this coin is like the unicorn of quarters. Now, let me sprinkle in some humor here. When I first heard about this coin, I started digging through my change jar like I was on a scavenger hunt. Picture me, sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by quarters, whispering, 1995,
D.
Ellis Island, like it was a magic spell. Spoiler alert, I didn't find one. But hey, hope springs eternal, right? Back to the coin. In pristine condition, what collectors call MS-68 or higher, it's estimated to be worth a whopping $5 million. Imagine walking into an auction house with a quarter and walking out a millionaire. That's better than any scratch-off ticket. But here's the thing. Finding one of these coins is like finding a needle in a haystack the size of New Jersey. They're that rare. And before you ask, no, rubbing the coin on your jeans won't magically make it worth more. Condition matters. Scratches? Value drops. Coffee stains? Forget it. So, if you think you've got one, handle it like it's made of gold because, well, it kind of is. And let's talk about fakes. Where there's money, there are always people trying to scam their way into it. Some counterfeit coins are so good they could fool your grandma and your coin dealer. So, if you think you've hit the jackpot, get it authenticated by a professional grader. Trust me, it's worth the effort. So, what's the takeaway here? That pocket change you ignore could literally be life-changing. The 1995 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is proof that small things can have massive value, if you know what to look for. And hey, maybe this inspires you to dig through your old piggy bank or raid that dusty coin jar. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the lucky one to find a coin worth $5 million. Just promise me you'll split it with me. Okay. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more coin tips, tricks, and strategies coming your way. Because let's be real, who doesn't want to find treasure in their pocket? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Today, we're talking about the 1992 D. Washington quarter featuring Ellis Island, a coin so rare and valuable it might just make you rethink ever tossing change into that couch cushion. Stick around because I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this elusive jackpot hiding in plain sight. Oh, and I've got a wild little story about why I'll never look at quarters the same way again. So, let's talk about this legendary quarter. First of all, it was part of a special minting process in 1992 at the Denver Mint. This wasn't just any quarter, it was meant to honor Ellis Island, a symbol of hope, freedom, and, apparently, mega cash prizes if you happen to find one today. What makes it so valuable? Well, it's a combination of a super low mintage, a unique design, and the fact that most people didn't even know this version existed. The coin features the classic Washington portrait on the front, but the reverse has a beautifully detailed depiction of Ellis Island with the Statue of Liberty standing tall. But here's the kicker. Not all 1992 D quarters are worth millions. You're looking for pristine, mint-condition examples, graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services. And if you're thinking, wait, what's a MS-67? Don't worry, it's just coin collector lingo for, this thing is basically flawless. Now, the market value. Buckle up. A recent auction saw one of these gems sell for, you guessed it, $2 million. That's not monopoly money, folks. That's real, life-changing cash. To put it in perspective, that's like buying a Ferrari or 500,000 Veni lattes from Starbucks. The reason for this staggering price? The sheer rarity and the fact that collectors are willing to empty their wallets for a piece of history. Speaking of history, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my car, yes, the one I treat like a mobile trash can, and I found a quarter stuck in the cup holder. For a split second, I thought, could this be the one? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But that little moment of hope reminded me why coin hunting is so fun. Every coin has a story, and you never know when you'll hit the jackpot. Plus, I found enough loose change for a snack, so it wasn't a total loss. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your spare change. You might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. The 1992 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is proof that treasures can come in the smallest, most ordinary packages. And hey, if you've got a stash of quarters lying around, take a closer look. You never know what you might uncover. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tips, tricks, and wild stories about coins worth money. Who knows? Your next cup of coffee could be paid for by a coin that's worth millions. Now go on. Start digging through that change jar. Today, we're talking about the 1976 D Washington quarter. But not just any quarter. This one features Ellis Island and has a jaw-dropping market value of $6 million. That's right, $6 million. Imagine flipping through some change to pay for a vending machine snack and realizing you just pulled out a retirement plan. Stay tuned, because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about this coin, how it got so valuable, and how you might be able to find one yourself. First, let's talk about what makes this quarter so special. The 1976 D Washington quarter was part of the bicentennial celebration, and what makes this one stand out is a rare minting error that features Ellis Island instead of the usual reverse design with the colonial drummer. It's a piece of history and a minting mistake all rolled into one shiny little jackpot. Now, let me hit you with some facts. These coins were minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, but only a tiny number of these quarters with the Ellis Island design slipped out into circulation. And when I say tiny, I mean it's like finding a unicorn in your couch cushions. Coin experts believe there are only a handful in existence today, which is why the market value is an astronomical $6 million. Yeah, this quarter isn't just rare. It's like the Beyoncé of coins. Here's a little relatable story for you. A friend of mine once came over to help me sort through some coins I had lying around. She thought it was just some casual, boring coin stacking session, but by the end of it, she was Googling rare coins in circulation like a madwoman. Let's just say she walked out that day with a Ziploc full of quarters and a newfound obsession. Sadly, no Ellis Island quarter for us that day, but hey, the hunt is half the fun, right? Now, if you're wondering, how can I find one of these coins? Let me break it down. Step 1. Check your pocket change. I know it sounds too easy, but people have stumbled across rare coins in their loose change before. Step 2. If you're serious about it, start hitting up flea markets, yard sales, and estate sales. You'd be surprised what people sell off without realizing what they have. And step 3. Learn to recognize the Ellis Island design. If you're unsure, there are plenty of online resources to help you spot it, or you could even take your coins to a dealer for appraisal. And listen, even if you don't find the Ellis Island quarter, there are tons of other valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. Just think of coin collecting like treasure hunting, but without the pirates and the risk of seasickness. Alright, so here's the takeaway. The 1976 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is proof that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the loose change in your pocket, there's a world of possibilities out there. Who knows? Your next trip to the grocery store could end with you holding onto a coin worth $6 million or so. If you're into coins, treasure hunting, or just learning about weirdly valuable things, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more videos coming your way, filled with tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. And hey, if you've got a lucky quarter story of your own, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Today, we're talking about the 1967 No Ellis Island Washington quarter. Yep, you heard that right. Ellis Island doesn't even show up on this coin. Why? Stick around, and I'll tell you all about this quirky and extremely valuable coin. Plus, I've got a funny story about the time I almost missed finding a rare coin that could have made me rich. Let's dive in. Alright, so what's the deal with the 1967 Washington quarter? First off, this coin is part of the pre-1975 series, so it doesn't even have the bicentennial designs that came later. But here's the kicker. It's called the No Ellis Island quarter because, on the reverse side of the coin, the designers left out a crucial detail, Ellis Island. The depiction of George Washington on the front is pretty standard, but the reverse shows an eagle that was supposed to represent a unified America. And somehow Ellis Island got lost in translation. Whoops. Now, the big question, why is it worth $7 million? Two words, rarity and demand. Only a handful of these coins exist, and even fewer are in pristine condition. Most of these were minted in Philadelphia, and since the U.S. Mint didn't use mint marks on quarters in 1967, you have to inspect the coin carefully to know what you're looking for. Here's the kicker. Many of these quarters went straight into circulation, and people spent them without a second thought. Imagine someone buying a candy bar in 1967 with what is now worth $7 million. It's like paying for your Snickers with a winning lottery ticket. Ouch. Now, let me tell you about a personal experience. A few years back, I found myself at a yard sale. You know the ones, old furniture, stacks of books, and a shoebox full of loose change. I spotted a quarter that looked unusual, but instead of buying it, I hesitated. I thought, it's just a quarter. Fast forward to today, and I still lose sleep wondering if that coin could have been worth a fortune. Lesson learned. Always check your coins. So, how do you know if you have one of these legendary quarters? First, look for any 1967 Washington quarters in your collection. The key is the reverse side. Inspect it carefully for subtle design differences, and if the details look off, you might have something special. If you think you've got one, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Remember, condition matters. Coins in mint or near mint condition can fetch the highest prices. And if you're thinking of searching for one of these, don't just dig through your couch cushions. Hit up flea markets, estate sales, and those random jars of change everyone seems to have in their garage. Who knows? Your next big find could be hiding in plain sight. So, there you have it, folks, the 1967 No Ellis Island Washington quarter. A tiny piece of metal that packs a $7 million punch. Who knew a little oversight on a coin design could lead to such a massive payday? It just goes to show, even the smallest details can have the biggest impact. If you're as excited as I am about the hunt for rare coins, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm here to help you turn pocket change into life-changing money with tips, stories, and strategies to grow your collection. Hit that like button, share this video with your fellow treasure hunters, and let's keep chasing those coin dreams together.